Hello everyone, welcome back to the Biocapsule. I am Shushmita. Today we are going to discuss about cell, the unit of life. Imagine you are made up of trillions of tiny living units all working together in perfect harmony to keep you alive. From the tip of your toes to the top of your head, these units build you, maintain you, and allow you to think, move, and breathe. What are these magical units? Cells. The cell is the smallest unit of life, yet it's powerful enough to form the basis of everything alive on earth. From the simplest bacteria to the most complex human being, whether it's a single celled organism thriving in a drop of water or a mighty tree reaching for the sky, every living thing starts and functions because of cells. In this chapter, we dive into the incredible world of cells, the fundamental building blocks of biology. We will uncover their inner working, explore their structure, and understand why they are truly the factories of life itself. So, get down to shrink down into the microscopic world where life as we know it begins. What makes an organism living? The answer to this is the presence of the basic unit of life, the cell, in all living organisms. What is a unicellular organism? Unicellular organisms are the organisms which are capable of independent existence and also performing the essential functions of life. Imagine it's the year 1665, the world is still a mystery, and humans are just beginning to explore the microscopic universe hidden all around us. There's no Wi Fi, no smartphone, no modern labs, but there's a man named Robert Hooke with a curious mind and a brand new tool, the microscope. The moment of discovery, one day, Robert Hooke decided to take a thin slice of cork, yes, the same material you find in wine bottles, and place it under his microscope. As he peered through the lens, he saw something that no human had ever seen before: tiny box like compartments. These little rooms reminded him of small rooms that monks lived in at monastery called cells. Hooke had just stumbled up the first view of what we know as cells. Little did he know he had unlocked a new world, the microscopic world. A hidden world revealed at the same time. Hooke did not know exactly what these cells were. He thought they were just empty spaces in the cork, but his discovery was the beginning of something massive. Soon after, other scientists like Antwin van Leeuwenhoek improved the microscope and went on to observing living cells like bacteria and tiny organisms calling animalcules. Hooke's simple observation opened the door to the new field of science cell biology. Hooke may not have realized it, but his curiosity and his invention of the microscope revealed one of his life's greatest secrets, the existence of cells. So the next time you look at the plant or even at yourself, remember you are looking at billions of tiny cells thanks to the discovery that started in 1665. Now let's move on to the cell theory dream team. The cell theory dream team was none other than the three scientists Sheldon, Schwann, and Virchow. First, let us talk about Matthew Sheldon, the plant expert. What was the fun fact about Sheldon was Matthew Sheldon wasn't always a botanist. He originally studied a law, but he found it boring. He switched to biology because he loved plants. In 1838, Sheldon observed plant cells under the microscope and concluded that plants are made up of cells. He was fascinated by all the different parts of plant, from the leaves to the roots, were made up of these tiny building blocks. Sheldon's work led to the first part of the cell theory. All living things are made up of cells. Next, Theodor Schwann, the animal scientist. Theodor Schwann was so close friend of Sheldon and they shared many ideas over long coffee breaks. He was also the scientist who discovered pepsin, a digestive enzyme. Schwann applied what Sheldon discovered in plants to animals. In 1839, he proposed that all animals are also made of cells. This is a big breakthrough because it showed that the cell was the fundamental building blocks of both plants and animals. Schwann expanded Sheldon's idea, leading to the second part of the cell theory. The cell is the basic unit of living things. The cell is the basic unit of life in all living things. Next comes Rudolf Virchow, the scientist who solved the mystery. Rudolf Virchow was not only a biologist but also a politician. He was so passionate about the health and sanitation. His contribution for the cell theory was in 1855 he stated that cells come from pre-existing cells, omnis cellula e cellulae in Latin, which means new cells are created by the division of old cells. This solved the question of where cells comes from. Virchow discovered formed the third part of the cell theory. All cells comes from the pre-existing cells. Sheldon, Schwann and Virchow were like scientific dream team. Sheldon, Schwann and Virchow were like scientific dream team. Sheldon showed that plants are made up of cells. Schwann extended that idea to animals, and Virchow figured out that cells don't just appear out of nowhere, they come from other cells. Modified cell theory was all living cells are composed of cells and product of cells. All cells arises from the pre-existing cells. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe to the BioCapsule. Stay tuned for the part 2.